Hi Ethan, this is Coach Smart from ABC Baseball Camps. Thanks for sending us your hitting evaluation and participating in our camp. I'm going to, first thing I want to talk about is the things that you do good, things that I like in your swing and your setup, and then we'll talk about some things that I think we could help you to improve. First of all, I love your setup. You know, it's real easy one to get to every single time. Your feet are both in great positions, square to home plate. You start off in a great position to have a chance to hit. Also, like your setup as far as your legs go, your shoulder width apart, a good athletic position to play in. We're gonna move this forward a little bit. I like how you have it where your bat's at. You know, it's about even with your ear hole. If you had a helmet on, that's a good spot for you. I love that. We're gonna go through here and kind of click through and watch you take your part of your swing here. Once your stride foot gets down, your front of your body, you don't sway too much or leak forward. You stay in a pretty good position there. We'll watch that line and see how much you move. You don't move from that line at all, so that's very good. Stay in the same spot all the time. Your head's in a good position behind the baseball. You try and get your hands inside it, which is really good. Head's right behind the barrel. That's a great spot right there. Get some pretty good extension through the baseball. And I like your nice high finish. Those are all the things that look really good. Let's look at your swing plane, this next swing. We'll just kind of play through a little bit. I've got to slow down quite a bit so I can pick out some stuff here. We'll get you going here in a second. Okay, here's your second swing. We're going to pause it here. Kind of slow it down. We're going to watch your swing plane. That strike foot's down. You're starting on a downhill path, which is great. And then from there to there, we want to that swing to be level from here to about here. You know, we want that swing to be pretty level through the contact area, the strike zone. It drops down a little bit, but not too bad. You're in a pretty good position to hit there. Watch when those hands start to roll a little bit. So release that barrel. That front foot's in pretty good shape there too. So, you know, like I said, overall, not a bad looking swing. We'll play that through. Good high finish again like that. And now we're going to talk about some things I think we can work on to get you a little better. Number one, Ethan, is that most guys when they swing are going to compress down to hit. We're going to draw a line at the top of your head. Most big league hitters, most high-level college guys, when they swing, they're going to compress down to hit a baseball. Okay, and we're going to watch you and see what you do here, and so much shorter you get throughout your swing. What I want to make sure is that you're not pushing up to hit the baseball. Okay? You're in pretty good shape there. It's like you missed the baseball, but you're in pretty good shape there from a standpoint of your going down to get a little bit. Okay? One thing I noticed though, you're just about making contact, and your back foot, you're right on your toe of your foot. Okay, I'd like to see you right there being like on the ball of your foot. So you have a little better chance to drive that back knee down to the inside of that front foot. What we're trying to get you to do with that back knee is drive it down to that foot and to create resistance. Okay, the energy transfer with you pushing down and resisting against that push down creates energy in your lower half. With more energy in your lower half, you're going to be able to create more bat speed and really get your big muscles, your thigh muscles, your calf muscles involved in your swing. And all hitters, you know, we all need to get that tap into that lower half. You'll have a better chance of tapping that lower half if you can get onto the ball of your foot instead of on your toe. So that may mean that you don't rotate as much of that back foot You've probably heard coaches tell you about squishing the bug. It's not necessarily you have to do that and rotate all the way through to have your back foot pointing towards the pitcher. You got to do whatever it takes to get on the ball of that foot so you can derive more energy with that back knee into the inside of that front foot. Okay? So at the contact point here, you know, it appears to me that your weight is still on your back side. Okay? It's like you fouled that ball off a little bit. Still on your back side. Okay? At this point of your swing, you know, you're like this right now, kind of leaning backwards, where I'd rather see it be a little more 50-50 when you finish. Okay? Standing a little more, not so much upright, but just more in a 50-50 stance instead of leaning back so far. What that leaning back does, that getting stuck on your back side a little bit, prevents you from getting the extension that you're looking for as a hitter. Okay, every hitter wants extension. If we could get that barrel out another, let's say 3 inches after this point here, you're talking about 30 to 50 more feet of ball flight. Big league hitting instructors will tell you for every inch of extension after contact, you're going to get somewhere between 10 and 15 feet of ball flight. So instead of leaning back and not getting extended, kind of cut your swing off, if we can get you to extend through the baseball, instead of hitting to the ball, hitting through the ball, you'll get that extension you're looking for. And if you can get that lower half figured out, what your back foot does, and be able to really drive that knee down, you'll have a lot better chance of actually being more consistent on driving that baseball, creating that power that all young hitters are looking for. Okay, there's some school of thought that the kids that lock out that front side like you have here, with no flex in that front knee at all, have a tendency to get underneath baseballs. It's not true for everybody, but for a lot of young hitters, guys that lock out early, right before contact, and don't get any flex in that leg, have a tendency to get underneath baseballs. And watching your swing plane, it appears you're a little uphill anyway. It kind of depends on the pitches here. I don't think you get many good pitches here. We're going to go back a little bit and get you where you get a swing. Here we go. We're going to watch that swing plane a little closer. Are we swinging uphill? Are we swinging downhill? Or are we swinging level? Now right there is a very good position for you to be in. I guess the only thing I would again ask for is trying to get on the ball of that foot instead on your toe. I mean, that's a perfect spot right there, that power L right there. That's what we're all looking for. It's very good. Your front arm's not barred out. There's no bend in it. Your head's right behind the baseball. Your hands are inside the baseball. That again, that's a very good look right there. And the pitches, looks like the pitches, about just above your kneecap, it looks like. That's a pretty good swing right there. But let's see right there, in that position right there, how much you're leaning back concerns me. I'd love to see you, standing a little more upright at this point and getting in here someplace. But what that does is takes that barrel, out to here someplace. And there you're talking about, 3 or 4 inches, talking about 50 feet of ball flight, talking about instead of having the ball go right to the left fielder or center fielder, going over his head or going over a fence someplace. So that front foot is a little hard for me to tell. It looks like it's pointing this way a little bit, which isn't horrible. Just got to make sure you don't get it this way. You don't want that front foot pointing towards that pitcher, because then you're going to release that energy that you've created by driving that knee down to your backside too early. Okay, but it looks like you have a pretty good, we call it kind of a handsy swing, which is good. I love your finish. I love your finish. That's really good. We'll go through another swing here. Just make sure that your path starts downhill, and then from, here to this area, we're trying to get through as much as we can through that strike zone on a level plane. To have a really good chance of being consistent in squaring up baseballs for you. A couple drills I would recommend for you to do. One would be the dual tee drill. You know, one tee in front of the other tee, and have it the back tee be about an inch higher than the front tee, and swinging over the top of that tee and getting down to your ball on the tee, your front tee. And I also do some high tee work, where you put a tee on top of a bucket or on top of a chair and get it about letter high, so you can get your swing path starting downhill and then flatten out as the ball arrives at you. But I wouldn't change your finish at all. Your setup is really good, but I would continue to work on trying to make sure that your barrel's flat between in that contact zone of the baseball, and then also work on that back foot, trying to really get the point where you're on the ball, that back foot, and drive that knee forward. Ethan, good job, buddy. Good luck. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Have a great summer, and look forward to working with you again. Thank you.